morning to everyone. This is A. Shubhangi Rao, working as an assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in MLR Institute of Technology. Today we are going to discuss some problems on Poisson's and Laplace equation. Let us see the formula of Poisson's and Laplace equation. Poisson's equation is given by del square V is equals to minus rho V by epsilon. That means Laplacian of V is equals to minus rho V upon epsilon. And Laplace equation is given by del square V is equals to 0. We have to use these two equations to solve these questions. So first question is given as determine whether or not the following potential fields satisfy Laplace equation. Right? Laplace equation means we have to check whether that field is given in the question is satisfying del square V is equals to 0 or not. So V is given in this question. Three parts are there of this question. First part mein V is equals to given as x square plus y square plus z square. Right? We have to basically find out Laplacian of V and we need to check if the Laplacian of this V is 0 or not. If it is 0, that means the equation is satisfying Laplace equation. If it is not 0, that means it is not satisfying the Laplace equation. Okay, so let's solve it. So we have to find out del square V. This first part of this question is given in Cartesian coordinate system. So when we write the equation of del square for Cartesian coordinate system, it becomes del square V by del x square plus del square V by del y square plus del square z by V by del z square. Right? So here we have to partial differentiate this equation x square minus y square plus z square. Double differentiation, 2 times partial differentiation we have to do with respect to x, y and z. So when we solve it, obviously with respect to x, these two terms will become 0. Here this and this term will become 0, and for this, these x and y terms will become 0. And when we solve it, this becomes first partial differentiation, it becomes 2x. First partial differentiation of this minus y square becomes minus 2y and this becomes 2z. One more partial differentiation, this will become 2 minus 2 and plus 2. So when we solve it, we get 2. That means we are getting del square V is equals to 2. So if we want to check this for Laplace equation, it should be is equals to 0. So according to this question, it is not equals to 0. That means it does not satisfy Laplace equation. That is the first part of the question. Second part, V is given as R cos phi plus Z. So this equation, if you notice, we have R, we have phi and we have Z. Okay, radius, azimuthal angle and the height. That means this question is given in cylindrical coordinate system. Right? And the equation of del square, for example, it is for V, this equation is 1 upon R, dou by dou R, dou V by dou R plus 1 upon R square, dou square V by dou phi square plus dou square V by dou Z square. Double partial differentiation again with respect to R, phi and Z. Right? So here what we will calculate, in this equation we have R, phi as well as Z. So we will find out dou V by dou R, then we will find out dou V by dou phi and then we will find out dou V by dou Z. So let us calculate this dou V by dou R first. On calculation, we get cos phi. Then when we find out dou V by dou phi, we get minus r sine phi. And when we calculate dou v by dou z, we get 1. Okay. So this is just half of the portion. Still we have to calculate this term also. Now we have to calculate 1 upon r dou by dou r into r and dou v by dou r, which we already calculated as cos phi. Next, this is this term. Next we have to calculate 1 upon r square. Okay. Then dou v by dou phi. Dou v by dou phi already we have calculated. One more partial differentiation we have to do. This is this. And next we need to calculate dou by dou z, and this we have calculated as 1. This term and these 3 terms also we have to calculate. So the first term, after solving, we get 1 upon r cos phi. When we calculate second term, we get minus cos phi by r. And third term, we get as 0. Now, we will put all these terms in this equation. So, one by one, the first term we have got is 1 by r cos phi. 1 by r cos phi, or we can write cos phi by r. Second term is minus cos phi by r, and third term is 0. So these 2 terms are cancelled, means we are getting del square v is equals to 0, which is Laplace equation. So what is the conclusion? That this equation, the second part of this question, this equation satisfies, the field satisfies Laplace equation. Now the third part of this question, here v is given as r cos theta plus phi. Here we have r radius, this is conical angle and this is azimuthal angle. That means this field is given in spherical coordinate system, right? Now the equation for spherical coordinate system for del square is given as 1 upon r square dou by dou r square dou v by dou r plus 1 upon r square sine theta dou by dou theta sine theta dou v by dou theta plus 1 upon r square sine square theta dou square v by dou phi square. This is the equation of Laplacian of v or del square v for spherical coordinate system. What terms we need to calculate here? We have to calculate dou v by dou r. Okay, dou v by dou r. Also we have to calculate dou v by dou theta. Then we will calculate dou square v by dou phi square. Okay, either we can calculate like this or we can directly calculate these terms one by one. So let's see. Let us first calculate this term r square dou v by dou r. So r square is constant here for now, and dou v by dou r is for, this equation is given as r cos theta plus phi. So when we solve it, we will get r square cos phi, cos theta. Okay. Next, we have to calculate sine theta dou v by dou theta. So sine theta is constant for this, and dou v by dou theta means r cos theta plus phi. Phi term will become 0 and the partial differentiation of cosine is minus sine. So we get here minus r sine square theta. Next we will find out this term. 1 upon r square sine square theta dou square v by dou phi square. Okay. So as usual, this term is common or considered as constant, 1 upon r square sine square theta, and we will 2 times partial differentiate r cos theta plus phi. So when we solve it, this entire term becomes 0, and then because of this entire terms become 1, and then this entire term becomes 0. Right? So now we put this and this and this into this equation. So we have already calculated this inside part. Okay, so what we will write? We will write this remaining equation 1 upon r square dou by dou r, and already r square dou v by dou r we calculated as r square cos theta. That's what we are writing here. Second term, we have r square sin theta is constant here. Dou by dou theta we will write, and this term we already calculated, sin theta dou v by dou phi dou theta we have calculated as minus r sin square theta. This also we will put in this equation and then we solve it. See, this is 1 upon r square as it is. I'll write it here. This will be 1 upon r square. Now partial differentiation of r square cos theta with respect to r will be 2r cos theta plus. Now this term we will write as it is 1 upon r square sin theta, and partial differentiation of minus r sin square theta will become minus 2r sin theta cos theta. So when you further simplify, if you notice, we will get, here we are getting basically 2r cos theta upon r square, and this term is coming as minus. Let us cancel sin theta, and remaining term we get as 2r cos theta divided by r square. So one term is positive, another term is negative. Both will be cancelling each other, and finally we are getting 0. What we were calculating? We were calculating that whether del square v is 0 or not. So on solving this entire equations, we are getting del square v is equals to 0. That means this field v is equals to r cos theta plus phi is also satisfying Laplace equation. Let's take another question. Here, we have to verify that the potential field given below satisfies Laplace equation or not. Okay. Again, we have to check whether del square v is equals to 0 or not. V is given as 2x square minus 3y square plus z square. Right? So we will solve it. Del square v is equals to, the equation is del square v by del x square plus del square v by del y square plus del square v by del z square. So we will partial differentiate 2 times for v with respect to x, with respect to y, and with respect to z. And when we solve it, see, this term will become 0. Here these 2 terms will become 0, and here this term xy will become 0. So double partial differentiation of 2x square is 4. Double partial differentiation of minus 3y square is minus 6. And double partial differentiation of z square is 2. So when we solve it, we get 0, which is true for Laplace equation. That means this field 2x square minus 3y square plus z square satisfies Laplace equation. Let's take another question. The question is, the region between 2 concentric right circular cylinders contain a uniform charge density rho. We have to solve Poisson's equation for the potential in this region. Okay. So basically 2 concentric cylinders are given. Okay. And they both have uniform charge density of rho. We have to solve Poisson's equation here. Poisson's equation means del square v is equals to minus rho v epsilon. Abhi here rho v is equals to, we will consider rho because rho is given in the question, charge density. Right? So how do we solve this question? One by one we will see here. We have to select the cylindrical coordinate system because this structure is cylinder. Okay. So why? Because in coaxial cables like structure, the electric field intensity E is in radial direction from inner to outer. That means you can see it is coming out. Right. Now we'll see here E and V both are the function of R, okay, but not phi and Z. Means dou V by dou R will exist, but I'll write again, dou V by dou R will exist, but dou V by dou phi and dou V by dou Z will not exist. It will be 0, right? Now let's write the equation of Poisson's equation. V is equals to minus rho by epsilon. As I already told, basically here it is rho V, but because in question rho is given, so we will consider only rho. Okay. Now V, as we said, only dou V by dou R term will exist because Z and phi are not given in the question. So this Laplacian of V for R is 1 upon R dou by dou R, R dou V by dou R, right, is equals to minus rho by epsilon, right? And this we can write as cross multiplication, so this will become dou by dou R, R dou V by dou R is equals to, we can write it as rho R by epsilon, right? Next we will integrate this equation both the sides. So on integration, here we will see this term will be gone, okay, right? And this side we are getting integration of minus rho R by epsilon dr. So for this integration, this minus rho by epsilon will be constant and we will integrate only R, so we get R square by 2 plus C1, okay. This is the constant of integration. When we solve Laplace equation or Poisson's equation, this is the procedure we follow. So this is C1, okay, this is constant of integration, and we have got, again we will cross multiply this R, so this equation will become dou V by dou R is equals to minus rho upon epsilon, 1 R is cancelled, so this will become R by 2 plus here it will become C1 by R, right? This is one equation. Now again we will integrate this equation both the side, right? And when we integrate this equation, this term becomes V is equals to, here again this rho upon epsilon is constant and even this 2 can be taken as constant, and integration will be for only for this and this integration of C1, okay. So when we solve it further, we will get V is equals to minus rho upon 2 epsilon into R square by 2 plus C1 ln R plus C2. Now what is C2 here? It is again constant of integration. So in this equation we are getting first constant of integration, and in this equation we are getting two constants of integration. Both of them are unknown, right? C1 and C2 are unknown, right? So if we know the boundary conditions, we can find out C1 and C2 also. So in this question, boundaries are not given, but we had solved Poisson's and Laplace equation for this region, okay. So this is the answer. Let's take another question. We have to determine E in spherical coordinates from Poisson's equation, and we will assume a uniform charge density rho, okay. So in the question it is given that we have to consider spherical coordinate system and we need to use it for Poisson's equation. As we know, the Poisson's equation is del square V is equals to minus rho V by epsilon, right? In this question also rho is given, so we can consider rho also. In spherical coordinate system, the equation of Laplacian of V is this 1 upon R square dou by dou R r square dou v by dou r plus 1 upon r square sine theta dou by dou theta sine theta dou v by dou theta plus 1 upon r square sine square theta dou square v by dou phi square is equals to minus rho by epsilon. Right? This is the equation. Now the charge density is uniform and it is the function of only radius. That means we will have only r term available. Remaining two terms means the term which contains theta and phi, they will become 0. So our new equation becomes 1 upon r square dou by dou r square dou v by dou r minus rho v by epsilon. Now we will integrate this equation both the side. Okay, so when we integrate, what do we get? We will get here minus rho v r cube upon 3 epsilon plus a. Okay, right? Let us integrate it again. After integration, what we will get? We will get minus rho v r square by 6 epsilon minus a by r plus v. Okay, this is v. 2 times partial differentiation we have done. Okay, 2 times integration we have done, sorry. And we have got 2 unknown terms a and b. They are the constants. Now, E is equals to, when we calculate, we will get E is equals to minus dou v by dou r a r. And we are writing this only for r term. Phi and theta term we are neglecting. So, this we have to put here, and on solving we will get the equation as minus dou by dou r minus rho v r square divided by 6 epsilon minus a upon r plus b ar, and when we solve it we get E is equals to rho v upon 3 epsilon, here r minus a upon r square ar. This is a. This is E which we had to calculate as per the question. Right? Next, let's take another question. V is given in the question as 2x y square z cube. Epsilon is equals to epsilon not already given. That means we are considering this field in free space. Right? One point P is given. P is equals to 1, 3, 1 are the coordinates of this point. We have to find out V at P point first. Then also we have to calculate that if V is satisfying Laplace equation or not. That means we have to check whether del square V is equals to 0 or not. Okay. So first what we will do, we will first calculate V at point 1, 3, minus 1. So basically, in place of x, as by this question we can understand this is in Cartesian coordinate system because it is in terms of x, y and z. So x is equals to, we will put 1, y is equals to 3 and z is equals to minus 1. So when we put it into this formula, we get minus 18 volt. This is V at point 1, 3 minus 1 is equals to, we are getting minus 18 volts. This is V. Now we need to calculate del square V. Right? Del square V. We will calculate, the formula is for Cartesian coordinate system, del square V by del x square plus dou square V by dou x square plus dou square V by dou y square plus dou square V by dou z square. 2 times partial differentiation we have to do, and V is equals to, it is already given in the question, x square, 2x y square z cube. Right? So when we solve it, we get finally 0 plus 12x z cube plus 12x square z, right? And we have to check whether this del square v is equals to 0 or not. So as we can see, we are not getting del square v is equals to 0. That means the given v does not satisfy Laplace equation, right? So this was the question. Let's take one more question. The another question is, two parallel conducting discs are separated by a distance 5 mm at z is equals to 0 and z is equals to 5. Okay. And also it is given in the question that if v is equals to 0 at z is equals to 0 and v is equals to 100 at z is equals to 5 mm, we have to find out charge densities on the disc, right? Rho we need to calculate. Okay, let's see this question once again. Two discs are given. By this diagram we can clearly see, and it is given in the question also, it is on z axis. So first disc is on z is equals to 0 and on this disc voltage is 0. Second disc is available at z is equals to 5 mm and here the voltage is 100 volts, right? So it is clear that it is the coordinates can be considered in cylindrical coordinate because this structure is similar to cylinder and two phases, top and bottom phase of this cylinder is given, right? So if you see the potential here, it will be the function of z alone and it will be independent of r and phi. So when we calculate del square v, it will be only with respect to z, right? So we will write it as del, we have to calculate del square v by del z square is equals to 0, right? It is independent of r and phi. This will not be there. Now what we will calculate? We will calculate dou v by dou z. Basically, this we will calculate two times, two integrations. So first we will calculate del v by del z, then we will calculate v by integrating two times. So when we integrate, we get del v by del z and here we will get a term c1. Next, when we integrate it again, we get the term c1z plus c2. First we are getting c1, then we are getting c1z plus c2, right? Now the limits are given, the boundary conditions are given. It is given that at z is equals to 0, v is equals to 0. And if z is equals to 5, v is equals to 100 volts, right? So what we will do, we will put these values in this equation. Let us first put v is equals to 0 at z is equals to 0. So when we are putting into this equation, we will get c2 is equals to 0. Next we will put z is equals to 5 mm and at this v is equals to 100. In the same equation again we are going to put v is equals to 0 and z is equals to 0.005, which is 5 mm. And from here already c2 we have got as 0 and from here c1 we will get as 20 into 10 to the power 3, right? So this is c1. So we have got c1 is equals to 0 and c2 is equals to, c1 is equals to 20 into 10 to the power 3 and c2 is equals to 0. Now in this equation, we can put the equation of v is equals to c1z plus c2. So this c1 and c2 we can put in this equation and we will get v is equals to 20 into 10 to the power 3z volts, right? Next, we have one relation E is equals to negative gradient of V. As we have got V, we will calculate E from here. And as we know, we can see from this formula, it has only Z component. So R and phi components are 0. So we will write this equation only for simplicity, only for Z coordinate. So this equation will become this AZ. And already we have V. So this V we can put here. This will be 20 into 10 to the power 3 Z AZ, and when we solve it, we will get answer as minus 20 into 10 to the power 3 volt per meter. This is E. Now we have one more relation, D is equals to epsilon naught E. So from here we can calculate D is equals to epsilon naught. What we have already? Into minus 20 10 to the power 3, right? Az is also there because it is a directional quantity, and epsilon naught we have 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12, and this becomes 20 into 10 to the power 3, and already negative sign is there with Az. So when we solve it, we get answer as minus 1.77 into 10 to the power minus 7 Az coulomb per meter square, right? It is flux density. In this question, we had to calculate charge densities, means we have to calculate rho. So we have this boundary condition as the D acts in the normal direction as per the boundary condition. Therefore, we can say D is equals to dn, normal component of D. Okay, and dn is equals to minus 1.7708 into 10 to the power minus 7 Az. Okay, from here we can calculate rho s, and rho s is equals to dn. This we had discussed in magnetic boundary, electric boundary conditions, right? So we can find out the magnitude of this. So directly we can write it without this negative sign and unit vector. So this will become 1.77 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb per meter square, or also it can be written as 177.08 nanocoulomb per meter square, right? This is the magnitude of surface charge densities on the disk. That means we can say rho s is equals to plus minus 177.08 nanocoulomb per meter square. Okay, positive value will be for upper plate and negative value will be for lower plate. So that is how we can calculate charge density also by using Poisson's and Laplace equation. Thank you so much.